Steve Jobs was an ass. He was brilliant, but he did not balance his life, and thus he died early, robbing us of the innovation that he could have provided to the world. He could have been making the similar impact that Bill Gates does with his Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, but instead he is dead. And I don't want you to make the same mistake of just focusing on this one area of life and disregarding all others. In this video, we will cover the 3 most essential areas so you don't end up like Steve Jobs, so you can have a balanced life where you're healthy, where you're growing smarter every day, and where you're enjoying life to the fullest. The first area that we're gonna cover is the body. Because how can you fulfill your purpose if you're always sick? When I had COVID, I was laying in bed for 2 weeks. I couldn't do anything. I was having a headache, and all of the work that I was doing was completely sidelined. I wasn't making any progress, and this is something that I never wanted to experience again. So I came up with 3 minimal actions that I can do to make sure that I don't lose balance in terms of the body ever again. And you can take any of these 3 and just do one. The first part that I do is making sure that I eat at least one healthy, nice meal a day, making sure that I have all the nutrients. The second part that I do is to get plenty of movement in. This is through exercise, through taking walks, through playing volleyball with my friends, just any form of movement to make sure that my heart rate goes up. The third part is prioritizing sleep. Because if I don't sleep enough, then I don't have the energy anymore to perform at the level that I do want to perform. The second area is the mind. And in today's age, it is so important to sharpen our mind to leverage tools like artificial intelligence. When I got started with personal growth, there are so many things that I wanted to learn, but I was confused on how to remember all of that. If you're also learning and reading about all of these different areas of life, I encourage you to think about how can you teach this to someone else. As soon as I started, my notes started to completely change. You understand what you have to learn for yourself, and this will allow you to change your behavior. And this is the definition of learning, because if you consume something and you don't change anything, you haven't learned anything. The third area that I want to cover in this video is the soul. And here I'd like you to pause for a second to observe how you're feeling. Are you feeling alive? Is this the way you want to live? And I had a strong realization one of the first times that I was on a plane. I had this strange sensation that I was gonna die, that the plane could crash, and the whole life that I had been living would have been a waste because I wasn't living fully. I wasn't alive. I was just living by. And even though I was learning and I was healthy, I wasn't necessarily enjoying my life. And here is where I want you to think about what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, what is the thing that sparks your creativity, where you drop in this flow state, where time disappears. And this can be video games, or this can be drawing, or this can be spending time with friends, but just enjoying the moment. And when you found this, think about how you can implement this as a minimal action throughout your day to make sure that you don't burn out too quickly, that you don't just chase achievement and learning and being stronger, but also enjoying the moment and really thinking about the one thing that you can do to feel alive. These are the 3 essential areas that allow you to balance your life. With your body, making sure that you have a strong foundation, that you're healthy and you can perform at your best. With your mind, making sure that you're continuously learning the things and actually changing your behavior and teaching other people the thing that you learn so you can give that information back. And then lastly, wrapping everything together with the soul, making sure that you actually enjoy life, that you feel alive, that you have this one thing that makes you drop into this flow state where time disappears. And for each area, I encourage you to choose one thing that you can implement, one minimal action that you can do every day to make sure that you don't lose balance in these areas, to make sure that you're enjoying this life, to have a direction where you know you can contain and sustain this for as long as you want, because it doesn't feel like work, it feels more like play.